gold. Real assets, real value.
Good morning. It's Thursday. It's the 29th of January, 2026. My first story is one that just makes me smile because Donald Trump has done an amazing job over the last few years. Mainstream media don't like him. Israel don't like him anymore because they all thought they had him under control because he infiltrated them. And he pretended he was their friend. He was just trying to find out what was going on. And this is why this is so valuable. Donald Trump grew up in downtown New York, which is a very tough place to grow up. You only have to watch the autobiography of John McEnroe to realize how tough downtown New York is. It's a good insight into what it takes to survive. And Donald Trump has pretended, and very, very well, that he was their friend. Now they're realizing he's not their friend. Donald Trump's only real friend is Jesus. That's what keeps him safe. And of course, those on the other side, their best friend is Satan. So it's fairly clear to define which side to pick. And I'm not going to tell you which side to pick. That's your choice. I know what side I'm on, but that one's up to you. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. Well, staying on the Trump train, big names in business and entertainment are throwing support behind the new Trump Accounts program aimed at funding financial futures for newborns. Steak and Shake will provide a $1,000 match for employees, children born between 2025 and 2028. Bank of America and JP Morgan Chase are set to match the government's $1,000 contribution for employee children, according to CNBC. Nicki Minaj is pledging hundreds of thousands of dollars to help fund accounts for fans and newborns. Tech giant Intel says it will also match the government's contribution for employee kids. The initiative is quick turning into a major corporate-backed push to give the next generation a financial head start.
Well, that's a very important story because obviously Donald Trump has been watching what's happened in the Middle East. And of course, I've had my head office in Dubai for well over 20 years now. And the locals there are incentivized to have children financially. They are given large sums of money to have local children because in Dubai, the locals represent less than 20% of the people in Dubai. And Sheikh Mohammed would like to have more Emirati children. So he incentivized the locals to have more children. And Donald Trump is seeing that as a good thing. And I see that as a good thing. And I would encourage it in the UK, that British families are encouraged to have more children, to help catch up with the amount of refugees and asylum seekers that have come in illegally into the UK. I have no problem with people who come into the UK legally. There's a lot of people from all over the world who've brought a lot to the UK economy. My problem is with the illegals. And that should be your problem. My next story is all about your frequency. And this is important because I see a lot of comments about, Charlie, nothing's happening. This isn't happening. That's not happening. Well, it isn't happening in your world because you're tuned in to the wrong frequency. Because everyone that is tuned into the right frequency can see everything happening in plain sight. So if you can't see it happening, you need to check your frequency, whether it's to do with Venezuela, whether it's to do with Iran, Iraq, even Minneapolis. If you're tuned into the right frequency, you will see exactly what's happening and why. If you're not, then you'll see nothing. As I've used the analogy before, on a radio, the old-fashioned radio, if you're tuned in perfectly, you hear the message. So slightly out of sync, then all you hear is noise. True.
Next up, some political figures, for example, AfD co-chair Alice Weidel, have argued Ukraine or its leadership bear responsibility for aspects of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict, suggesting they should pay consequences. Zelensky himself has publicly stated that Russia must pay fully for the war it started, calling for the decisions on Russian assets as part of reparations.
This is a very important story because what this is showing is the dismantling of an unelected bureaucracy called the EU. And Alex Weidel is part of the AfD in Germany, who's saying Zelensky should be held accountable for the amount of money that he's taken, and also he should be held accountable for being part of blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline, which supplied Germany, allegedly, with natural gas and oil. So these people will be held accountable, and this is all part of it. And well done to Alice for standing up. This is very, very important as we watch the dismantling of the old system, the EU, the British Empire, and the United States of America Corporation. We're watching it all be dismantled. But don't panic, this is all part of the pantomime. Everything is done. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
These are the facts, not put out by mainstream media. If you want to know the truth, we put out the truth every single day, Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays we spend with our families, as we should do. So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Noble Gold for those that are based in America and Canada. And for those in the UK and Europe, we have Orvesta. Get yours now. Charlies.gold.